Welcome to the Investing Bros. I am T Shroom, and today we're going to get a little crazy. We're going to get a little degen because this is the last stream before the Christmas sign off. We'll be back on the 27th, but I will not be doing any more live streams unless there's a surprise, right? Unless there's something crazy, we absolutely have to go live. But more than likely, you won't see me again until the 27th. With that said, we're going to have a ton of fun in this stream. Go ahead and smash that like button because we're going to get a little crazy. We're going to be taking a look at a coin that it makes you feel naughty, right? It makes you feel a little crazy and degenerate, even taking a look at it. But I genuinely think that if you're a technical trader, right? Trader, technical, those are the terms. If you do not classify as either of those, then you don't have any claim to even be thinking about doing this. But I am going to be entering a trade here. The fees are just out of control though. So I'm waiting for the fees to die down a little bit over on AVAX before I enter the trade into, of course, the COQ coin. You can pronounce it differently if you'd like, but the COQ coin, as you can see here, I've got the fib extension drawn out. It is reaching this fib right here. And in my opinion, I think that this could potentially be the support for COQ coin. Now, of course, this is not financial advice. This is literally the worst, probably the worst call out I've ever given because I have no idea how this is actually going to perform. The reason why I'm bullish on this is because we are coming into resistance here put in back on the 18th of December, but you can see that is where the data for this COQ to tether begins and ends on the 1 hour chart. So it started literally on the 18th. So this is not an old coin by any means, right? But we've seen the ascendance of coins across different chains, and we've seen, the AVAX bonk, Solana's bonk chain do really, really well. We've seen SNEC over on Cardano do well. It's still up 7% today, another 7. So, we've seen these meme coins outperform, and this one I think is poised for what could be a potential move higher. Now, it could absolutely go lower, as you can see. This wick from the 20th came all the way down another 11%, okay? So this is a gamble, guys. You are walking into the casino, okay, with this type of a trade just for fun. And we're having fun here because it's the last morning stream here before we come back on the 27th. Obviously, we're taking a break for the holidays. Taking a look here at Ethereum, though. So before we go to Ethereum, I'll just show you guys this. So this is the coin. This is kind of their branding. I don't think that the team is doxed, so that's something to keep in mind as well. It's probably not a good investment. Obviously, it's not a good investment, but it's the kind of branded as the meme coin of the Chad chain. I think Chad chain is apt because AVAX was in the headlines with JP Morgan, right? And JP Morgan, kind of the king of Wall Street in some ways. So it's going to be a lot of Wall Street degens. Just because we're degen in crypto doesn't mean that there aren't other degenerates out there in the world, and there's plenty of them on Wall Street. They're going to be placing their bets, trading this with crazy leverage over on whatever exchanges they're using. But hopefully we can get in on a little bit of the fun as well. But I'll tell you what, if those AVAX fees don't come down, it's like $14 to trade $100 just spot. I don't think I'm going to take it. So it's going to be fee contingent because I'm not going to lose $14, right? Right off the bat. Not going to happen, but we'll see. We're going to try to have some fun with that. Looking over, taking a little bit more of a sober look now, guys. I'm switching over into normal mode, but you may be seeing this coin kind of circulate around, and it's just a lot of fun to sometimes get in there and get a little crazy. A couple more stats on it before we get super serious. It has a gigantic max supply of 69,420, so 69 trillion, 420 billion. Of course, a strong gesture to the meme of it all. But the circulating supply is 100%, right? So some folks will be bullish on that. It's a meme coin. Genuinely, it is more bullish than other meme coins that aren't fully circulated. And the current market cap, there are currently $222 million humorous dollars that have found their way into investing in this COQ ENU. That's something you should know as well. Is it's officially COQ ENU is what you'll find it on Coin Market Cap, and then if you're using MetaMask, you just click add to MetaMask. Boom, boom. Be very careful. Make sure you're going to the actual CoinMarketCap.com. Make sure you're going to the actual COQENU.com if you're gonna get degenerate with this. Be very, very careful. We've been harping on security all week, so I'm finally letting loose and just saying, let's unload, let's go crazy, and we're gonna see what happens. We do have a lot of news today. It's not a lot of like breaking news, but it's a lot of like interesting opinions on different ecosystems, including Cardano. So we're going to get to that here in just 1 second. But we want to start off looking at the serious charts of the future of currency and finance. So let's start on Ethereum. One thing I've noticed about Ethereum is it might be getting into a little bit of a buy zone here. It's been diddling around the middle here of the midline of the Bollinger Band out on the daily chart, and you are starting to see this red histogram kind of round out and potentially come back over. You're getting the green. Where'd that word come from? You're getting the MACD line starting to curl. So maybe waiting a couple hours into the day, maybe waiting till like around 2 p.m. I think that this baby Ethereum could start seeing some heavy movement to the upside. We are seeing that generally around crypto. In case you're not tracking, there is generally a very bullish tone. HBAR up 7%, AVAX up 8.6%, Matic up 3.5%, Solana up 8%. You'd be hard pressed to find a red name here on there. Aren't any. Bonk, I guess, is red. It's down 0.1%, but SNEC, Pepe, both up pretty big. So there's a lot going on, and it's all bullish, right? Bitcoin, let's take a look at Bitcoin here. So Bitcoin has actually, in contrast to Ethereum, Bitcoin has not spent much time below that midline of the Bollinger Band at all, obviously. So very, very bullish. There's a lot more reasons to buy Bitcoin, and it has, that rounding of the red histograms has matured. It already has kind of confirmed that, and the reversal of the blue MACD line at least is coming back up. Right, so it's fully curled, as you can see, and it is making a comeback. If you'd bought there the same time based on the MACD indicator alone, you would have been rewarded. But as you can see, it curls at other times too, and then comes right back down. So it's not something that you can trade solely on the MACD lines. I don't think anybody does. But in confluence with other indicators, such as indicators from Chart Prime or from other providers, you can actually get a decent amount of bullish confluence that will help your trading portfolio. Bitcoin out on the daily chart in the Ichimoku. You can see Ichimoku. I'm just way off the rails today, guys. It's crazy. Ichimoku oscillator kind of showing that we're getting a little bit of a higher low here for the Ichimoku indicator. That's pretty nice after some bearish divergence. So that's pretty good. Nothing that's really jumping out at me is saying buy or sell, but I mean, this is generally having a bullish bias considering it is north of the zero line and it is putting in a lower high relative to the high back here from November 28th. So putting in a higher low, let me make sure I'm getting this right. Putting in a higher low relative to the low it put in back on late November 30th. Okay. Sometimes these highs, these lows, they get confusing. But we're pressing on here, guys. Yeah, seeing some impressive moves on the chart. Let's take since we're on, it's kind of an AVAX degen day, and AVAX is doing well. Let's take a look at AVAX here on the daily chart. Nowhere near the midline of its Bollinger Band here, in contrast to Ethereum, which is kind of diddled under it, right? And then Bitcoin, which has kind of come down and checked it and made it into support. AVAX has really not even considered coming back and touching it, right? Because folks are super bullish on a huge move for AVAX. You can see also, where's the red histograms? Haven't seen red histograms since December 5th, right? We've been in a green zone, a very, very bullish zone. Now that zone has been, decelerating, right? And you started to see the MACD lines start to signal a bearish cross, which would be bearish, potential for the move down, a correction of this exuberant buying that we've seen here all throughout this zone. you're also seeing it pull away from that top band of the Bollinger Band. By it, I mean AVAX price, right? It's been resistant to get into the premium zone from Chart Prime. So, I would say AVAX, it's doing well today. It's had a lot of bullishness in it, and it's had some time to cool down and go sideways here, right? But I'm thinking if we can't close, like if the current daily candle can't close above $42.19, then I think this could spell, a correction for AVAX. A correction where, you might ask? Well, the obvious one would be down to the midline of the Bollinger Band there. So it's not too complicated, guys. I'm using a lot of traditional TA today, and I'm also not claiming to do any kind of super deep TA. Just showing you guys some sizzle, showing a little bit of sizzle. We'll take a look at Caspa, and then we'll go ahead and get into the stories. But I'm seeing some names here in the chat. Got BitLab Academy. Smash those likes. Smash the likes indeed for me, folks. It would be very, very helpful, and I would just really appreciate it. I really would. So Kelly over at BitLab, I saw that you were in the hospital, Kelly, for, I think it was, you were having some symptoms of some cardiac issues. I hope you're doing well, man. I hope you're getting a clean bill of health here soon. If it's someone else from BitLab Academy, hope you're doing well as well. Alex Green jumping in saying, good morning, everybody. Alex Green, a long time bro. Gotta love it. And then Indie Rock Crypto Santish be slaying. Absolutely. I'll be slaying if I can get a lower fee entry into COQ coin. But right now, that $14, whew, I'm not trying to do all that for only $100. Like guys, I don't put in like real money into these meme plays, and I won't probably ever do that unless I'm big balling in it. And you shouldn't either, in my opinion, right? So $100, it's still got to make economic sense. I'm not going to pay $14 just to walk into the casino, right? And it's AVAX, right? It should be cheap. It was fast. I will say that. The transfer of AVAX from Wallet A to Wallet B to be able to convert into COQ coin, it was fast. Let's see. Noel Boyle said, I bought COQ recently. Was it too high of a buy, or do you think this will dump more? Well, I mean, according to the Fibonacci extension, this could potentially be the support, right? And the question of could it dump lower? Well, it did. It wicked this candlestick back here. I'm on the 1 hour, but this candlestick from earlier this morning, it went down 11%, but then it closed all the way up. Meaning what? Meaning that there's buyers all through here. There's folks who are looking at this and saying the exact same thing I'm telling you all, which is that this is kind of bullish, not financial advice, right? This is literally casino talk. We're talking about COQ coin. We're talking about casino. Bitcoin, completely different. Cardano, Ethereum, right? AVAX, even Solana, different. Not a casino. The future of currency, right? COQ coin is a joke. It is fun. It is a casino. We're having fun. Being extremely explicit, because I don't want people to lose money doing something stupid, right? I've had it happen to me, and I don't want it to happen to you. So the question, could this go lower? Look, yes, it absolutely could, right? Yes, absolutely it could. It did this morning already, so I would say probably this is kind of bought out, meaning that, this is the upside time, right? This is the time where we would test higher. Now, we did test higher, and you can see that this wick did not go as high as the previous hourly candlestick, right? So that's not necessarily bullish. But anyway, guys, the reason I'm bringing this is because there's people who are day trading, right? They're sitting there looking at the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, the Tesla charts, the S&P charts all day. They're looking for something fun to do. That's what this is for. And maybe for you sitting at home, you've got a MetaMask, you've got a Trust wallet, you've got an AVAX wallet, you have the means to go and buy a little bit of COQ to hop on this hype train and just maybe get in a little early as in only a couple days this coin has really been trading. Get in a little early and have some fun, okay? I'm giving heavy disclaimers because I genuinely don't want people to get wrecked or do something they shouldn't be doing. Just have some fun, guys. It's the last stream before Tim and I take a break for the holidays. We have been talking about some more content that we're going to put out. We're not going to leave you guys high and dry and completely devoid of Investing Bros content, but for the most part, we are going to be taking a much needed break to spend time with family, to grow our faith and appreciation for all the blessings we had this year from our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and things like that. Indie Rock Crypto said, buy high, sell higher. Yeah. So that was something Wolf of All Streets tweeted out I think it was last week, just because crypto is starting to get into that crazy phase where you have to buy high in order and sell higher, which is a degenerate modification of the tried and true investing maxim, which is buy low, sell high, in case you're new to investing or crypto, which we welcome you, absolutely. Norwegian Ape Bitcoin #XRP is their handle, said, it's on KuCoin. Cool. If it's on KuCoin, the chances are you may be able to leverage trade it. I'm not big on, I have a KuCoin, but I almost never use it. So there you go. You can go trade it on KuCoin. Alex Green says, T-Shroom uses Monopoly money. LOL. Thanks. Yes, all fiat is basically Monopoly money, in my opinion. Take that, centralized banks. All right, let's go ahead. We are at the halfway point for the show. We've seen Alex Green. We've seen Indie Rock Crypto. We've seen Kelly Kellum via BitLab Academy. If you're still watching, Kelly, absolutely love you. We do need to collab soon. I know we always say that. We never do. It's busy. It's the end of the year. Nobody's trying to do anything. Yeah. The Kid Coleman said, on the charts, I've noticed that COQ diddles around low, then COQ rises on the 4-hour. Okay. That's good to know. Yes. So that's good to know for anybody. Look, again, I think the purpose of this is just to have fun. But seriously, if you are a day trader, this could be a fun little gadget to play with on the side, as you're hopefully making gains elsewhere. Chainlink also doing pretty well this morning, up 4%. It's been kind of testing this lower channel that it's been in for a little while, kind of staying below that midline of the Bollinger Band out on the daily. So in contrast to Ethereum and Bitcoin, Chainlink actually showing some weakness with the proximity to the lower band of the Bollinger Band. Even got a wick down here on the 18th, kind of showing me, hey, Chainlink might be ready to make a move lower. Although the red histograms, oh yeah, look how low these MACD lines have gotten since its run up. So the MACD lines are decelerating, signaling that maybe this move to the downside is kind of resolving, maybe kind of get over. It looks like on the Ichimoku, Chainlink was able to avoid getting down below that 0 line. So we're all over the place this morning, guys. I'm out of control. We're going off the rails. We're going off road to have a little bit of fun. All right, let's go ahead and let's get into. We've looked at the chat. The chat, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for an amazing year of awesome crypto coverage. Watching so many things happen. Bad things, CZ having to step down as CEO. Good things, Bitcoin showing us yet again that it can be the center of trust for an entire globe and its financial system. Let's go ahead and get on into the stories here. China vows to clarify Web3 NFT development path. I'm not going to get too much into this one, but the strategy document that was released today, handled the issue of inheritance, innovation, security, government obligations. The department, along with the Chinese Academy of Sciences and the China Association for Science and Technology, said, okay, they said all that. Plus, there's some translation stuff going on there. Thanks, CoinDesk. Plus, the ministry plans to strengthen interaction between relevant departments to promote Web3 innovation, deploy further research, and strengthen talent in the industry. Okay, so that's a little bit of the detail there. Reading between the lines, what does this mean? It means China's getting ready for a furthering of a thaw, right? They're saying, we're looking into crypto. We hate it, but it's kind of undeniable. A lot of you guys, meaning the people, right, of China, are using it anyway. Technology's unstoppable, so we're going to start and develop some things. Now, that's my reading of it, right? You might have a different reading. They may be playing some 4D chess, like the government has a bunch of crypto, right? And they're looking for a time to to sell it. So they're pumping up the markets, making everybody seem like they're going to open up to crypto, and then they're going to sell everything up high and then exit and then ban crypto super hardcore with some new technology they developed. Could also be that, right? But my reading is that it's not. My reading is that China is reading the tea leaves, so to speak, and it's not the first time they have, and so they're trying to figure out how that they can adapt, right? How they can put in some laws, some common sense laws, like what the rest of the world is doing, in order for their people to thrive and take advantage of this Web3 opportunity. So that one is one to monitor. Probably nothing really to trade on there, but you could be seeing some Asian money coming into the crypto markets that we weren't seeing before. All right, moving along here, Bitcoin halving has miners preparing as Marathon aims to beef up rigs. So yes, I'm going to go ahead and say that I'm excited for more headlines like this where companies are doubling and tripling down on their mining efforts. Of course, we do take a look at the crypto miners every once in a while. It's been a little bit, but as you can see here, Marathon up 10% today. Probably on these headlines here that they are indeed integrating some pretty beefy new miners. On the downside, companies like BitF actually seeing some movement down, although I will say in the pre-market they're up 5%. So keep in mind, this is all pre-market. Until 9:30 Eastern Standard Time, New York time, we don't really know what the new prices are, but we are getting some pre-market moves here. Marathon, okay, so that was the closing price from yesterday, up 10%. The closing, it's opening another 6.5. So Marathon getting a lot of good wind in its sails. Clean Spark, had a down day. It was down 3.7 yesterday, but it is now up in pre-market 6%. So the miner's looking good. Obviously, the prices per miner share is going to be in strong correlation with Bitcoin price. Obviously, these miners need the price of Bitcoin to go up and to the right rapidly in order to compensate for the event that's coming, and it will. And the stock price will also go up. So I have decent exposure. I mostly have Clean Spark. I've just kind of identified that one as I like it from a business operations standpoint, but they all do the same thing. They all mine Bitcoin. But you have to realize these are different. These are SEC compliant companies, corporations, right? And so, their relationship to disclosing information is a lot different from, say, Cardano or Binance, right? Those are crypto projects, right? So they have different ways of analyzing them. So just important things to keep in mind. We are the investing bros after all, so we got to keep you abreast of that. But this is definitely an encouraging headline, especially if you have exposure to Marathon. All right, moving along here, Charles Hoskinson has tweeted out this disappointed GIF. Look at that. That's a disappointed dog. He's disappointed in you for being degenerate enough to go buy COQ coin. Right, but there is real reason to be upset, which is that the Masari report for 2024 has come out, and it has not named Cardano a single time, apparently. So you're kind of seeing maybe where Masari's loyalties are. For a long time, Masari has kind of been like the most academic, the most prestigious report that comes out on crypto, kind of similar to, I believe, 21 shares, not 21 shares, ARK Invest, Kathy Woods, they put out a pretty good report on Cardano, on crypto as well. But this is the Masari crypto thesis for 2024, and apparently they listed Cardano 0 times. They said nothing about Cardano, and then you can see, obviously, they're very, very chatty. There's a lot of chatter around the other names. So, that sucks, and Charles Hoskinson isn't letting it fly. He's pouncing. He's bouncing back hard with this heavy-hitting gif of this cute little dog saying, "Really?" And it is a shame, and I don't know why. Maybe they probably will come out and apologize. I don't know. At Masari, I don't know. Maybe they won't. Maybe they're all super, super bullish on Solana and Ethereum. I don't know. But there you go. That's the long and short of it. I also notice they don't say AVAX here, but this is just Stake with Pride's list. So I don't know that that's even how even accurate that is. But the fact that Charles Hoskinson is coming out and mentioning it is definitely meanings that there's some legitimacy to it. At least he trusts this account, Stake with Pride. So moving along here. This is not technically political, right? Because it's just a Charles Hoskinson tweet and a RFK. Okay, I guess he caught me here. RFK is a politician. RFK said, every American should be troubled by the Colorado Supreme Court decision to remove President Trump from the ballot. Yes, you heard that right. Now, this is probably the beginning, not the end of this matter. Likely, this question will ascend to the federal Supreme Court. Maybe not. I don't know. But ultimately, this is bad for the Trump campaign 2024. But Charles Hoskinson also has something to weigh in and say here. And we're going to read it. Imagine hating a man so much that judges are willing to abandon the bedrock of innocent until proven guilty to attempt to keep him out of office. It's a truly shameful way for Colorado, the institutions of the United States, and the law. Shameful day. I say it's way, sorry. I guess the United States now operates under the new precedent of punish first and convict in a court of law later. This ruling is profoundly dangerous for all Americans. A newly arbitrary standard has been invented by the Colorado Supreme Court that doesn't require a conviction through an official process to uphold. Just 4 people in robes can decide someone is ineligible and strip the American people of their voice and vote. Yeah, so this is obviously deeply troubling, and Hoskinson says it very well here. I'm going to go check and see if this has had any impact on the actual betting odds. Let's see. I've got it up here. So the betting odds for president still. Oh no, he's actually gained since I last checked this. So the spread, the Trump to Biden is 37-30. So that hasn't hurt him. And if you think about it, was Trump ever going to win Colorado? Probably not, right? So it's not like this is functionally going to hurt him. Now, if there starts to be a cascading effect where a bunch of other states' Supreme Courts in swing states, purple states, like Florida probably wouldn't do this, but I don't know, maybe Pennsylvania, Michigan, I don't know, states where Trump actually had a chance, if they start to do this, then it could start to be a problem. And that's maybe where the federal Supreme Court would have to step in. If it's even the court, I don't know. But this is I don't know that there's precedent for this, for the courts coming out and saying someone can't campaign or have ballot admissions in their state. So let me know in the chat, what do you think about this? Obviously, this is quite crazy. Ecom's brother said, I'm out. So I'm not sure. You're out. You're moving out of Colorado. That's crazy, man. Don't move based on this, man. Don't sell your house and do anything crazy just because of a headline. But yeah, absolutely. Rockanorg G said COQ has another 3x till Christmas Day. There you go. Got a little hopium, a little bull rush coming in there from the chat. You gotta love it. Cool. All right, well, we'll move on here, guys. Let's keep moving into the ETF stories here as we end out our show. Eric Buchanan said, we get asked a lot about how long from the SEC's approval spot ETFs until launch. This is a question a lot of people have been wondering about. While pretty soon after is a good blunt answer, there are some caveats. James sums it up well here. So this is James Seyfert saying the following: no way to know for certain, could be within a day or two of approval, or it could be weeks later. We think a 19B-4 approval are likely to happen, but the SEC also needs to sign off on the S1s. So if approval for both happens, likely just a small gap between approval and launch, but obviously there's no guarantee the S1s are ready to go. These are terms we will likely get to know a lot more. Right now we're still weeks out from that January 10th deadline. But it looks like this is the filing, and this is a filing to go live, to bring the ETF live or something along those lines. Obviously, there's no guarantee the S1s are ready to go. That said, based on all these meetings and refilings, I have to assume both the issuers and the SEC are working hard to get things finished. Yeah. So, when you think about this, it's like they have to get this right from the beginning, or else it's going to be very, very bad, right? I was actually listening to the Jeff Bezos and Lex Friedman episode of the Lex Friedman podcast, and Jeff Bezos talks about something called one-way doors and two-way doors, right? So in business and in important decision-making, there's two-way doors, meaning you can make that decision, but you can change your mind, right? You can come back from it. Apparently, the Amazon example that that Jeff Bezos gives is that they could create Amazon Prime, right? But they couldn't uncreate it because that system was going to be too complicated and too big to try to reverse, right? Integrating Bitcoin as a adopted cryptocurrency, as a currency of the future by the financial establishment, is a one-way door, meaning once you integrate it, you probably can't unintegrate it. Once it's more than 1% of institutions and retail's bank accounts, you probably can't flip that switch and come backwards from that, right? So it's very, very important that we get it right. And by we, I mean the system. And so that's why you're seeing so much back and forth. That's why there's so much hesitation by the SEC to approve these ETFs. There's a lot more potentially nefarious reasons as well why they're taking so long, but they do want to get this right, because if they get it wrong, there could be a lot of people's money at stake. There could be potentially cascading second-order effects that could affect unemployment, that could affect inflation, that could affect all kinds of different things. So they want to get this right, and I think they should. I think they should do everything they can to get it right, but they probably should have done this like 2 years ago. All right, taking a look here at the Cabassi Letter as well. We've got an interesting update. Breaking 40% of all student loan holders failed to make payments. They resumed back in October, so this is kind of crazy. This means that 8.8 million out of 22 million borrowers missed student payment loans. They just didn't pay it. Currently, we have a record 1.6 trillion of outstanding student loan debt. That's insane. The average payment is roughly $500 a month and comes at a time with record low levels of affordability. Borrowers are feeling the pain. Will we see this? Will we see this trickle into the retail sales statistics? And could that potentially start to tip the scales and become more significant in the eyes of he who matters, which is Jerome Powell? Could that potentially trickle all the way into affecting interest rates? That's, of course, why the Cabassi Letter is tweeting that, to give an early indication that that may be the case. I think it's still too early to know, but it's not too early to know the fact that Crypto Billy and the Billy Goat Tales are going live tonight, every Tuesday night, December 19th. Oh, so this was yesterday. Oh, you got to go back and listen to it then. Okay, well, there you go. That was last night. Of course, it's not Tuesday night. Guys, we're having fun here on the Investing Bros. I've been T-Shroom, bringing you guys a whole lot of news and a whole lot of fun. COQ coin. I will be tweeting whether or not I enter it effectively. I won't be entering it if I can't get a better fee price. But for now, I have had a lot of fun. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and having an amazing year with Tim and I. Now, we will be doing more shows before the new year, but, just always take the opportunities to reminisce and show appreciation when I can. And I would ask the same of you. If you have liked this video, make sure you smash the like button. And if you are new to crypto, new to YouTube, new to the Investing Bros, consider subscribing, because we have a whole lot of fun that you're not going to want to miss out on it. We've got a membership program that you can actually join right now. If you just can't stop getting enough of the bros, you can join that right below this video. And without further ado, Merry Christmas to you all. Stay safe, and make sure you stay hydrated this holiday season. Check you in the next one.
Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots, stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros. Army pipe, lethal on trade. Entries and exits, worthy of praise. Tim, the professor, the TA. Shout it out loud on the PA. T-Shroom's news got the word. Doing better than what he deserves. Beamer, leave no evidence. Soon fly coop with his dividend. Trying to make paper, turn that better to cake. Money like Lego, connect the dots, stack bank. We are investing bros. We are investing bros.